Have you ever pondered over the magic behind the creation of the apps that you use daily? How those small, simple-looking icons on your phone screen transmute into something that not only functions but interacts with you, understands your command, and performs tasks that were once impossible to imagine without a physical human intervention? This intrigue have crossed your path of thoughts every now and then. After all, it is a wonder how just a mere touch on your screen can open up a whole new digital world for you. Well, the answer to all these curiosities lies in the heart of coding, the sacred art of writing instructions in a way that a machine can comprehend. It all starts with a few lines of code in a programming language, the prime mover, the bedrock, the blueprint of every digital creation that our modern society leans on. Now, let us imagine these codes. Imagine them as a magical language, a language only deciphered by the machines. These are not just mere characters put together, but each character, each line holds a profound meaning. They are like the secret ingredients to a wizard's potion or the enigmatic runes of a sorcerer's spell. Each symbol, each sentence in the code are like the tiny threads woven together to create the magical tapestry that brings an app to life. Just like a spell that may sound gibberish to an ordinary person, codes may also seem complex to a layman. But to a programmer, every single character makes sense. Every parenthesis, every semicolon, every digit, every alphabet. They are all like alphabets to a new language. A language that talks to machines, that instructs them, guides them. Think about the vast applications of coding. It's not just limited to making apps for your smartphone. It's in the video games you play, the websites you surf, the digital watch on your wrist, even in the microwave oven you use. Coding is everywhere. It's like a ubiquitous magical force that powers our digital world. Imagine if there were no codes, no commands for machines to understand. All the technological advancements we enjoy today, the smart devices, the digitized systems, none of have been possible. We owe all these to the coders, the wizards of the modern world, who with their magical language of codes create, innovate, and keep our world running smoothly. The process of coding is like writing a script for a play. You instruct each character what to do, where to move, when to act. Similarly, in coding, every function, every command is given task, which when executed, breathes life into a lifeless machine. In conclusion, coding is not merely science or technology, it's an art. It's a creative process that requires skill, precision, and a pinch of imagination. It's like making a spell, a magical spell that with the right elements and the right pronunciation can do wonders. These wonders are what we see and experience every day in the form of apps, games, software, and various other digital products. So the next time you open on your phone, remember the magic that lies within. A magic that starts with a few lines of code in a programming language, the blueprint of every digital creation. Let's imagine coding as a magical language where words and sentences come together to create a spell that brings an app to life. Firstly, consider Swift, a powerful language used to create iOS apps. Swift is not just a programming language, but a comprehensive suite that can enable you to build applications that are incredibly innovative, exceptionally functional, and extremely sophisticated. Hailed as the future of iOS development, Swift has the potential to redefine the landscape application development. Imagine Swift as a Lego set. Just as a Lego set consists of individual blocks that can be combined in numerous ways to create different structures, Swift's language components, or lines of code, can be assembled to create a wide variety of applications. Whether you want to code a game, a productivity app, a social networking platform, or anything else that you can imagine, Swift gives you the flexibility and the capability to bring your vision to life. An interesting analogy to consider is how a Lego set functions. Each block, or in this case, a line of code, has its own unique purpose, and although a single block may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, the overall success of the structure depends on how each block interacts with the others. Similarly, each line of code in a Swift application has a distinct function. While each individual line of code may seem trivial, the overall functionality and efficiency of the application hinge on how well each line of code interacts with the others. Initiating a program in Swift commences with the keyword import, followed by foundation. To the unacquainted, this might seem like a daunting step, But in essence, it simply implies that you're leveraging some pre-written code to simplify your task. Picture this as borrowing a few pre-assembled Lego blocks to speed up the process of creating your Lego masterpiece. In the realm of programming, such reusable code pieces are an absolute boon, reducing complexity and amplifying efficiency. After setting the foundation with the import command, we move on to the main function. This is where you define what the program should do, similar to a blueprint that outlines the structure of the Lego model that you're constructing. The main function is essentially the heart of your program, directing how different parts of your code should work together to achieve the desired functionality. For instance, if you want to print "Hello World," you'd write "print Hello World." This line of code is analogous to the final step of adding the last Lego block to complete your model. In this case, "Hello World" can be seen as the unique identifier of your Lego masterpiece, serving as a testament to your hard work and coding prowess. The beauty of Swift lies not just in its simplicity and elegance, also in its potential to empower anyone with a passion for coding to create extraordinary applications. It's a world where imagination meets technology, where abstract ideas transform into tangible realities, and where lines of code become a medium of creative expression. And there you go, you've just written your first program in Swift. Next, let's dive into Java, a universal language used primarily for Android apps. Think of Java as a recipe where each ingredient is a line of code and the final dish is your app. A simple Java program begins with the class declaration, which is like the title of your recipe. Inside the class, you create a main method, which is like the cooking instructions. To print "Hello World" in Java, you write system out println hello world, and voila, you've just cooked up your first Java program. For those who prefer a newer, more streamlined approach, Kotlin is a great choice. It's like a modern recipe, simpler and more efficient. A simple Kotlin program also starts with a main function. To print "Hello World," you write println hello world. Just like that, you've made your first program in Kotlin. To summarize, whether it's Swift, Java, or Kotlin, the process of writing a program involves importing libraries, defining a main function, and instructing the program on what to do. It's like creating a spell or cooking a dish where each line of code is an essential ingredient. Remember, every app that you see on your phone screen, every digital platform that you interact with is brought to life by these lines of code. They are the building blocks of the digital world. This is just the beginning of your journey into the fascinating world of coding. So keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep coding.